Hello everyone, how's it going? My name is Sassy and today I will be showing you how to beat the Easter egg in the Black Ops 3 Custom Zombies map, Return to Das Herrenhaus. So without further ado, let's get into it. The first thing you need to do is turn on power. To do that, open up the door to the basement and go all the way down the stairs. Once you hit the bottom floor, the power switch will be directly on your left. Next, you will need to link the teleporter. Turning on power will open up the door to the kitchen and dining area where the teleporter is. Go back up the stairs and immediately take a left. Go straight through the kitchen and you will see the teleporter at the back of the dining room. Link the teleporter and then go back to the basement to link the mainframe. Next, you will need to spawn the dictator. To do this, take the teleporter with the bird on the monitor. It should automatically be there when you first turn on power, so you won't have to interact with the monitor. You will teleport to a room with a hole in the wall and light coming through it. Look into the light and it will take you to Samantha's room. Once there, find the music box to the left of Samantha's bed. Interact with it and the dictator will spawn. Now the dictator will slowly follow you around the map, and if you shoot him or if you get a nuke power drop, he will get angry for a brief period of time and run after you. So try not to do that. Unless you want to, of course. Now you can start collecting the 4 fuses. These can be done simultaneously and in any order. For each task, you will need to trigger Samantha's ghost before you can start. For fuse number 1, the clock fuse. For this fuse, you will need to interact with 5 clocks around the map in a particular order. To trigger this task, Samantha's ghost can be found on the 2nd floor of the library near the staircase. If you go up the stairs and go up to the bookcase on the right, you should be able to hear her crying. Interacting with that area will make her appear. If you interact again, she will start running towards the clock at the other end of the room. Follow her to this clock and interact with it once she has disappeared. This is the first clock. The second clock is located in the dining room near the teleporter, right across from the gobblegum machine. The third clock is in the greenhouse building near the entrance of the mining tunnels. The fourth clock is in the hallway near the bar wall gun by. And the last clock is in the cloister across from Speed Cola. Once all the clocks are lit up, you can collect the fuse from the clock in the spawn room. Next is the Morse code fuse. For the Morse code fuse, you will need to locate the 4 radios hidden around the map and shoot them. Once they're shot, they will start outputting Morse code. You will need to input this Morse code at the radio in the shed by the ice rink. The Samantha trigger for this fuse is on the left side of the shield building table. Here are the 4 radio locations. One radio is located through the dining room window on the right side of Stamina. Radio number 2 is located up in the banister by Widow's Wine. 3 is located in the gardens by the ice rink. And 4 is located to the left of the garden house. Now you will need to trigger the airstrike. And to do this, stand behind the guy slumped over the table and interact with him. Once this is done, you can find the fuse in the bunker. For the spider fuse. Alright. First thing you need to do for this fuse is to open up the room in the basement. This can be done by finding and shooting the 6 pink keys hidden around the map. The pink keys need to be shot in this order, and won't spawn in the next location until the previous one is shot. The first pink key is located in the spawn room, by the door near Quick Revive. The next key will be on the shelf as soon as you enter the room. The next key is at the top of the elevator. If you continue on through the room you just bought and go past double tap to the end of the hall, the elevator is on the left and the key can be found on top of it. Key 4 can be found on the windowsill outside of the library. To get there, go to the 2nd floor of the library and open up the balcony area. Once on the balcony, turn to the left and the key will be on one of the window ledges. The next one is on top of the fountain in the cloister. If you just jump down from the library balcony, it'll be right in front of you. The last key is up in the banisters in the dining room. If you face the wall opposite the teleporter and look up, you should be able to see the key. You can now pick up the key in the ice rink. Once you have the key from the ice rink, you can open up the door in the basement. Once open, you can search for the Samantha trigger. There is a build table to the right of the door you just opened. She will be by the pillar right across from that table. The next thing you need to do is line up the correct symbols on the ceiling. If you forget which symbols are the correct ones, they can be found around the map. One is on the second floor of the spawn room, one is out in the snow in the cloister, and the other is under the bench by the ice rink. There's a fourth one somewhere around the map, but for the life of me, I couldn't find it. If you can, comment down below and let me know, because I would love to know where this last symbol is. Next, you'll need to interact with the graves in order to move the rings on the ceiling. From what I understand, the circles spawn in a random orientation. However, there's an easy solution that will work every time. Let's label the rings and the graves. Labeling the rings starting from the outer ring and going in as A, B, C, and D. And then label the graves starting from the grave closest to the entrance and going clockwise as 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so I have how each graves move, show them on screen, but it's not necessary to know this in order for the solution to work. You will want to work on the symbols in this order. You'll want to get symbol C in position, then B, then A, then D. To get symbol C in position, move grave 3. Then for B, move grave 4. And then for symbol A, move grave 1. And finally for symbol D, move grave 2. Once done correctly, you'll hear this sound, and you can pick up the fuse at the grave in the front of the room. The TARDIS Fuse. For the Samantha trigger, you will need to open up the door to the mining tunnels. Once opened, you can then find her by interacting with the area next to the door. You will need to repair all 8 power panels in any order. In order to repair these panels, you will need to pick up a hammer. They can be found in one of these 4 locations. On the chair in the spawn room, outside on the table in the cloister, on the table near double tap, and on the build table by the teleporter. The first power panel can be found in the tunnels. If you just follow Samantha once she starts running, she will lead you to the first panel. There is a panel in the basement near Deadshot. Another is in the basement by the Simon Says machine. One is in the kitchen. Another one is on the wall to the right of the teleporter. Another one is in the bathroom area near Widow's Wine. One is next to the Morse code machine in the shack by the ice rink. The last one can be found when you teleport using the bird. Once you have repaired all 8 power panels, you can send off the TARDIS and pick up the fuse. This can be found in the basement by the mining tunnel entrance. Now that you have all 4 fuses, you will need to gather 20 souls for these fuses at 4 different lion heads. One lion head is at the ice rink. There is a lion head in the cloister. There is a lion head in the bathroom area by Spider. This is also near one of the power boxes. And the 4th lion head is in the basement near the mainframe. Once all the souls are collected, you should be able to place the fuse in the machine by Mule Kick. Now you'll need to input the code into the machine. In order to do this, you will need to play Simon Says 4 times, and each time you play, it will get faster and faster. Once this is done, go back to where you put the fuses into the machine and interact with it. This will spawn a black hole. Now the dictator will start walking towards the black hole. At first I thought you had to actually lead him to the black hole, but that's not the case. I believe he just goes there on his own. Once the dictator is standing in the black hole, you will need to interact with the fuse machine again. Be prepared for when you interact with it, because when you do, he will be teleported away, and your gun that you were holding will change into a blundergat. Now you'll need to go to the mainframe and interact with it. This will spawn Samantha's ghost. Interact with it again, and she'll start running. Make your way back to the teleporter and wait for her to come. A bunch of school children will start spawning, and so you want to be careful not to die. Because they'll start to kill you. You'll have to wait for Samantha to get to the teleporter in order for you to teleport out and end the game. Once Samantha has gone into the teleporter, the screen will start shaking violently, so you'll want to get in and teleport away. And that's it. I will be doing more Easter egg videos in the future, so subscribe if you're interested. Leave me a comment if you have any questions, and don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.